Today it's time to do another flight on my E-Flite S.E.5a. It's a little bit banged up RCI plane because I crashed a few times, but still it flies. So let's go outside then and do another flight on this lovely looking RCI plane. Time to get this lovely warbird up in the air and just start pushing it. It's a fun plane to fly, so I won't hold back today. In general, I think this is a really sporty and enjoyable plane. It is really solid in the air, no problems. Feels really locked in how it handles, and this plane is also equipped then with the latest AS3X kind of gyro assist function. And in my opinion, this plane, it's a little bit heavier than I would have liked, but still, I mean, it handles really well in the air, and it's just super easy to land this plane. And sure, it's able, but I can feel that I mean, some planes then when you run them on 4S, they're just totally effortless. With this plane then, there's just a tiny bit of resistance, but still a really well controlled plane. So let's go in for a first landing then. Usually just no throttle almost, just flare and flare and flare. Really nice landing then, a little bit of speed. Quite easy to get up also. Don't have to be in a hurry in any way. The biggest drawback then of this plane is kind of the green paint then on top of the plane. I mean, it makes really nice silhouette against this blue sky, and if I had more clouds it would surely look better. But just for enjoyment and to fly kind of a, you know, like this then in the twilight, it just totally disappears when you drop below the tree line. So I'm just trying to stay as much as I can above the tree line then. This plane does have a kind of stubby length and width also. So what happens to me, one of the first rounds I had with this plane, I just lost orientation and down I went. Just when you go below the tree line, as you saw there, I mean, it just disappears, this plane. So yeah, I mean, it's just gone somewhere. Let's get this down one more time. Full flare, no power, let it drop, a little bit of bounce, but this landing gears and then on this plane is really solid. So we really wish for this plane to have just some sort of other colors. Then I would surely just enjoy it much more. But as far as how it flies, I mean, really able. Roll rate is nice. It's not crazy fast, but you have to consider that this is a scale-looking RCI plane. So, I mean, certainly it's not a true aerobatic plane, but I think that I mean, I'm not pushing this plane to its limits. So if you're just a better pilot than me, you can surely just push it even more. Another landing, no power, full up elevator then, and you're down. I mean, it drops really nice, and of course you have to have some speed then just to avoid the plane to just drop a wing or something. So if I would rate this plane then among the biplanes I've tried, the Gloucester Gladiator is the best one. I think that the S1S then, the Pitts, it's a really sweet plane to fly, really able and fast and fun. The drawback then of the Pitts is it's smaller, and I mean, ground handling is not really too great. And this S.E.5a then is much better than the ground handling. I actually think that the ground handling is really great. It can nose over then on rougher grass, of course, but really not worse than any other plane in this size. And thanks to this grass, then even if you have kind of a bouncing, it's not really too bad. I think if you run this on harder surface, it will kind of just bounce around more. So let's go in for the fine landing then. Really sweet flying plane, great features, an overall good one. Even in the morning light, I think that you can orientate this one, but it is also, I mean, kind of a dark green on the top side and most of the views then, so it does become a little bit more difficult just to orientate, and especially more importantly to enjoy your RC airplane, because when you fly them you don't hold them up close, so like kind of a scale details are not really important, but the way you see them in the sky is much more important. So that's kind of a thing that I think that many doesn't really consider, because I mean, surely you want to have a nice scale looking RC airplane, but it's much more important, at least to me, the way it looks in the sky when you fly it. And that's why planes kind of like the air tractor or the many of the yellow RC airplanes look so nice in the sky, because they just pop. And this plane then, it is green, so in the dark it will kind of disappear, even though you have a lighter underside on this RC airplane. But overall, if I would really rank this plane, it certainly wouldn't be in my maybe top tier of RC airplanes, mostly because I think that the Gloster Gladiator is a much more beautiful looking plane in the sky, and it flies better. But also, I mean, this kind of wingspan and this size of this plane, it doesn't really tick my boxes. So if this one would have been a little bit larger, certainly it would have a kind of a different paint, lighter paint job, and then I would really love this plane. But certainly it is a good flying RC airplane. It's just not one of my favorites.